chasing the butterflies to the rainbow. Catch them quick if you can before the sunlight turns into shadow. Just after moonlight, before the new day, chasing the butterflies.
This project came about due to being the recipient of a Bundanong Trust Prelude Composer in Residence program, which was announced in late 2018, co-sponsored by the National Trust, the Australia Council for the Arts, ABRA AMCOS and the Australian Music Centre. Not often does an opportunity like this come along in any artist's career, especially not for a jazz vocalist.
Chasing the butterflies, we'll find tomorrow under a bright blue.
I spent the better part of 2019 as a resident of Perth, composing at Gallop House in Dalkeith, set amongst sublime gardens with expansive panoramic views across the Swan River. I immediately made a pact that I wouldn't allow myself to be too distracted by the beauty, and committed then and there to compose an album's length of music, and that I have surely done.
For across the water I left a little daughter. Her eyes were sparkling diamonds. Now all I have is an image to hold.
My composing project, Finding Home, Other Australian Stories, that was the title of the project. It kind of morphed into a recording project rather fortuitously, for want of a better word. After a year at Gallop House, I began thinking that perhaps Perth could be my forever home. After 28 years in New York City and a couple spent in Melbourne, I got to tell you, yeah, the weather was a pull, but by mid-February that idea had pretty well moved into being stuck here with the onset of a global pandemic. Not a half bad place to get stuck in, might I add. The real pull, to be serious, was just the fantastic musicians, the fantastic people, and it's just something very special about Western Australia and Perth. It's just very soft and gentle, but there's a kind of a robust, vibrant, vital, creative scene here, and I think it's the world's best kept secret. How I imagined this project and the subject matter, bringing musical voice to stories of refugee and immigrants through the lens of their artists, definitely found its home here in Perth. There are a number of things that struck me immediately upon my return to Australia. One was the enormous cultural shift that had taken place while I was gone, especially with developing refugee diasporas. Something I read struck a very deep chord with me. Memories emerge from familial places and are often held quietly in the heart until or unless expressed through the lens of our artists. In attempting to retell or reimagine these stories through sonic imagery, I realised I was also telling some of my own story. These voices resonate powerfully throughout Finding Home for people that have had to leave everything behind and start a new life, make a new home in a foreign country. It's huge. It kind of happened to me and to my son. We were immigrants in another country. I'm grateful and honoured beyond to have such an outstanding core ensemble of Chris Foster, Daniel Susnjar, Nick Abbey, the wonderful Brodie Stewart putting this video together and engineering this. The vocal ensemble is quite pared down compared to what we'll end up having on the recording, but most grateful to have my gorgeous music editor, Georgie Aue, who was an accomplished singer-songwriter in her own right, and the enormously gifted Owen Measday, collaborating with me in the vocal ensemble department. Not only are they consummate musicians and masters of their instruments, they're some of the most supportive and generous human beings I've met in Australia.
Every day I have that same dream.
Looking out out over the wide blue Indian Ocean, one does have to pinch oneself. After all said and done, I still have to wonder how a girl from West Heidelberg made it all the way to New York City with a small child in tow, managed to carve out a pretty successful career in the trenches and tour the world, and then end up in fabulous Perth.
Turning around won't help, so don't look around. If you look straight ahead, you won't be found.
The journey here after tragedy has changed the course of my life in the most positive way. As inexplicable as profound grief and loss is, I feel a certain kinship with the refugee and immigrant community. After all, as I said, I was also an immigrant for 28 years and repatriated back here, feeling again quite like an immigrant. Perth has shone its warm sun on me. I'm very grateful. I feel much sustenance from its soft, healing balm. I can't wait to record the music with these enormously talented musicians and hopefully share it across this wide and wonderful land with a diverse community of Australians, because that's what this is really about, is who are we and what are we? And I think we're really an amazing mix. We always have been. Hopefully we'll find the funds to record this beautiful thing. In order to accomplish that, I'm hoping to attract a couple of fundraising whisperers who might be interested in helping me get the second tier of this beautiful project off the ground and out into the universe.